for the planned three-ship, $42 billion Ford class of carriers that is drawing increased congressional scrutiny. The Navy and Trump want to increase the carrier fleet from 11 authorized by law to 12. Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman John McCain has long criticized the Navy's management of the Ford program and joined a congressional effort that capped funding for the first carrier at $12.9 billion and for a second ship under construction, the John F. Kennedy, at $11.4 billion. He grilled Navy officials on the carrier's costs at a hearing of the committee on Thursday. While it's encouraging to see the Ford finally delivered to the Navy, the Arizona Republican said, the service's funding request for it exceeds the congressional budget cap by $20 million. Now, McCain said, the Navy wants to award a construction contract for the third ship that's $1.6 billion more than the previous one. This is unacceptable for a ship certified to be a repeat design that will deliver just 3 years later, he said. The surge in costs for the development phase of the Advanced Arresting Gear, built by General Atomics to catch planes landing, was borne by the Navy under terms of that contract. In addition, the program acquisition costs of the three systems built so far more than doubled to $532 million each from $226 million, an increase which must be paid by closely held General Atomics. General Atomics spokeswoman Megan Ilk referred all questions to the Navy per our contract. Captain Thuraya Kent, a Navy spokeswoman, said the contractor forfeited all bonus fees it could have made during the 2009 to 2016 development phase, and the service is reviewing the company's master schedule for the John F. Kennedy Weekly. The Navy also has placed personnel at the company's facility in Rancho Bernardo, California, to monitor progress. Most of the cost increase was driven by an underfunded technology phase that didn't allow enough time for the discovery and correction of problems and for the technology to mature before the start of the development phase, Kent said. It's a lesson the Navy will ensure is applied to all future programs, Kent said. The Navy reported the cost increase to Congress last month because it breached thresholds established under a 1982 law for major weapons systems. It's separate from the 22% increase since 2010 for construction of the carrier, which resulted in Congress imposing the $12.9 billion cost cap. Trump, who has repeatedly complained about the high cost of major weapons systems, and then taken credit for reining them in, did that in a Coast Guard commencement address on May 17. The Ford had a little bit of an overrun problem before I got here, you know that. Still going to have an overrun problem, we came in when it was finished. But we're going to save some good money. Trump said when we build the new aircraft carriers, they're going to be built under budget and ahead of schedule, just remember that. Still, the Government Accountability Office said in a new report Tuesday that the John F. Kennedy's cost estimate is not reliable and does not address lessons learned from the Ford's performance. Trump scoffed at the carrier's troubled electromagnetic launch system in a Time magazine interview last month, saying it doesn't work and you have to be Albert Einstein to figure it out. Saying the Navy should stick with an old-fashioned steam-driven catapult, he added, the digital costs hundreds of millions of dollars more money and it's no good. Until the catapult problem, which was discovered in 2014, is resolved, it limits how much combat fuel can be carried in planes being launched from the carrier's deck. That would preclude normal employment of the F/A-18E/F Super Hornet and the radar jamming Growler version because the aircraft are limited in the types of missions that they can accomplish without added under-wing fuel tanks, Army Lieutenant Colonel Roger Cabinus, spokesman for the Pentagon's testing office, said in an email. He said the Navy asserts that testing on the ground has solved a software flaw that caused excessive vibrations of those fuel tanks. Acting